George assures me is going to be orange for all the kids when oh no, here comes the train. Anyway, that's going to turn orange and be ready for Halloween. It was cold last night as temperatures dropped into the upper 20s to lower 30s across a good portion of the Central Plains. We thought we'd go for a bike ride while you guys watch. Our high today, 77 here in Topeka.
He's not here. He's over here. We're going to check it. Dave, come over here. Get over here.
Okay.
What's the weather for the weekend?
That laugh means only one thing. Former WIBW Chief Meteorologist Dave Relihan is in the house here on the red couch with Drew Switzer, who we still see every week for Drew at the Zoo.
Yes,
Welcome,
yes.
welcome home to both of you.
Well, thank you.
We're letting you back in the building. That's good.
Before we go on, congratulations on the new position,
Thank
news
you.
director.
Thank you.
I asked Melissa if she wanted to be station manager. She goes,
No, I'm doing okay in the newsroom. I don't need to oversee everything.
She's
That
been
would
in
be too
charge
much.
for a long time.
yeah.
I'd have to like order supplies and, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not good at that budget stuff. Oh, wait, I shouldn't say that out loud, right? So, Dave, what years were you here?
What years were I
Yes.
here? 81 through part of 2000.
Yeah, it was quite some time.
Yeah.
I enjoyed working with you.
Yeah.
And Drew, when were you here?
I was here from 07 to 14.
I enjoyed working with you even though I never saw you, which is true.
Yes.
Drew was on the morning show.
Shifts, every once in a while, we'd see, high five each other as we change shifts.
Every once in a while, I'd be in early and be like, "Who are you again?" Drew, you do the morning weather. What is it like for you guys to have seen? And Dave, you especially, you saw through the technology and the changes in weather forecasting. And when you hear Bill Curtis talking about, how it was largely relying on that visual before they could issue a warning, and how it progressed when you were here.
Well, we got in on the tail end of that. And I mean, the radar, we did have an in-house radar, which was really the only live thing that we had available. Everything we got across the teletypes or the wires were hours old. And even severe thunderstorm or tornado warnings were minutes old. So, and then by 83, everything was moving fast. The computers had come online and we were pretty much up to speed with the weather, trying to keep up with the weather, which was a huge leap forward. I won't say a big leap for mankind, but but it made a world of difference. And to bring us from basically the Bill Curtis era from '66 into the computer age was like pulling teeth, really.
Yeah.
It was tough.
It's a long journey.
Well, you try
money.
to convince management and owners that we need a $150,000 system. I said, well, you have tape and magnets. We've
come a long way since tape and magnets. So when you're sitting there, Drew, you came here right out of college. What is it like to you to look around and see the history, particularly from the weather standpoint that this station has?
Yeah, it's great. I know folks like Dave and Jeremy, and just the history of the weather at WIBW is it's fun to be a part of. It's kind of like a fraternity of sorts. I kind of like to say that I grew up here at WIBW because I was here right out of college, and then until we had our first child.
Yes.
And so learned a lot. And when I drive down that hill to come down to the studio, it is like coming home. It's a fun thing to experience. And when I first started, we had just started the social media age. So I remember Jeremy and I would be on Facebook answering everybody's question about, hey, when's the tornado going to hit Auburn, or all those specific questions. And then we transitioned to 2014 was my last year on air here, but Rob Peppers and Eric Ives actually had a tornado that we were able to stream live on television that spring. So it's fun to see how the technology changes.
For better or worse, that's what we have, is being able to see everything live, and everybody being able to do it. We have a lot of eyes and ears out there now. Do you both still watch the weather?
Absolutely, yeah.
Maybe not on TV, but at least in the sky.
Oh, absolutely. I'm online every day looking at the weather. The same maps that I used to look at when I was working.
What does it mean to you? What was your favorite memory to be part of the 13 News WIBW family?
Oh my! To say that in a couple of sentences would be impossible. I do remember the beginning years where with the Stauffer family, it was so much. It was like family, and it was so much fun. But at the same time, it was a job, and you didn't realize how important the job was. And I didn't until I got a letter from the Brown County Red Cross. We'd covered a severe storm that had, according to radar, by this time you could it would indicate rotation or rotational or at least shear, wind shear. We followed that up into Brown County. We got a letter about 3 days later that said, you've saved some lives up here. And that just, I mean, that really hits it home. That brings it home.
Drew?
Yeah, Jeremy and I were just reminiscing about all the weather events that we covered, but probably the one that sticks out the most in my mind are two of them. The 2008 tornado that hit Manhattan, I think it was like June 11th of 2008, and then the Christmas Eve and Christmas Day snowstorm of 2009. I think it was. So just fun to cover those weather events that we can all remember where we were when those events happened.
Well, we are glad we could remember a bit with you, and we thank everyone for being with us. Stay tuned. Investigate TV Plus is coming up next. We have more fun guests tomorrow, so don't miss it. We'll see you then.
Get the latest